if that has been implemented, then I don't need to speak a lot about that. Then there is the idea of freedom to do peaceful assembly. And in public statements and narratives remain negative. Only 76% of the respondents who spoke to us on this issue. Only 24% think the government has shifted its narrative, and how, including the former Chief Justice. So that's not something you can hide from it publicly. On whether the organizers of gatherings have been required to obtain, doesn't quite go through. On whether to demonstrate, requests to demonstrate have been a matter of routine and are roundly denied without sufficient reason, it's a bad guy. The president pretends to be a nice guy. So the public face of impunity of the Kenya Kwanza Government is extremely difficult.
I think our constitution is in danger, and it will be by drips, or it can be by one act of a state agency or officer taking away the hard-won freedoms and rights that we have had under the constitution. I think that Kenyans should be eternally vigilant, like Mr. Peter Kiama said, so that we don't lose our freedoms and our rights. One of the most important pillars, I must say, which this constitution came up with, is devolution. And when we talk devolution, sometimes we don't talk about the principles surrounding the need to have these devolved units. And if you look at those principles, they talk about people participation and people being able to exercise their sovereign authority at the grassroots level. So it should be an empowering constitution. And looking at it overboard, I think we're not in a good place. And this administration must be taken into account so that Kenya get the promises, true promises of the new constitution. Professor Nyong'o is away. We agreed with Dr. Willie that we talk with Governor Ochila Yako and Governor Gladys Wanga, so that we make a formal pronouncement as four governors. Providing that space is not bad. I know that right now, if you go to the Supreme Court, in what used to be the dungeons, is a record of the struggle, courtesy former Chief Justice Willie Mutunga as a historical record. And I know that many people who are part of these atrocities, because of the places they occupy, have managed sometimes to go to that memorial, if I may call it, and see with anger internally, saying, I wish I could rub it off. But it's a constant reminder. Even for a judge who sits in court with that museum at the Supreme Court, you will always stand reminded that all this has come about after a very long struggle. And we in this region would want to replicate what Chief Justice Mutunga did at the Supreme Court.
Quite a number of our people have died, okay, because of police brutality when they seek or break peaceful assemblies as enshrined in the Constitution. Many people have lost their limbs. Many people have lost their property, okay? And I think that this meeting being in Kisumu is significant. Significant in the sense that we have lost the highest number of people if you are to consider the recent demonstrations as a case in point. But allow me also to say this, that I want to thank the civil society because all these cases are being documented, okay? But one day, somebody must be held to account. That those who lose their lives or who lost their lives deserve some form of compensation. Those who have lost their limbs deserve some form of compensation. And those who have lost their property also deserve some compensation from the government. As we speak now, there are people within our county who are still in camps, yet it is the government who is supposed to, take care of their security and their safety. Okay? And so the Kenya Kwanza government really need to consider, it may be the first time, but I believe it's not the first time, compensation for those who have died, for those who have lost their property, and for those who were injured during such, skirmishes.
The manner in which the government is policing public assemblies is completely unconstitutional and against the laws of this land. It is unfortunate that the manner in which the police have gone about managing public assemblies has led to deaths, has led to serious injuries, has led to the maiming of our people. In most of the cases that we have found, we have documented as various groups here, the postmortems we've done, the forensic work we've done. We do notice that most of those who died and suffered serious life-threatening injuries are people who were not in the demonstrations. These were people, for example, in Nyalenda Estate, who were pulled out of their houses, brutalized to death or shot to death. And we are saying that this is totally unacceptable in a constitutional democracy like ours.